Ashmit Patel.
Beginning of 2014, I had a film with Salman Khan which released, Jai Ho. Post which I was getting a lot of offers, but they were really substandard. Herd mentality ki Salman Khan ke saath picture ki abhi sign karo. I felt like the film world wasn't taking me too seriously because they thought I was more into DJing. I thought I should give it a break for a couple of years.
How seriously will people take you in the DJing world?
Whoever's heard me play takes me seriously. But
What are the challenges you faced?
yeah, I mean, they probably thought the same things. You know, filmon mein itna nahi chala, to yahan pe abhi DJing karne aaya hai.
Once you become a DJ, you're being so selective. Don't you think you have to be out there?
You're right. You do have to be out there. जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. I came up with that term Balytech 10 years ago. In 2014, I said Balytech एक genre हम लोग बनाएंगे.
Do you think you're a good DJ?
Yeah, I'm a good DJ. I won't say I'm the best.
What has been your most memorable gig?
I love all my international gigs.
Where all have you traveled?
Played in Australia.
You know, you've been having a lot of controversies in your life, Ashmit.
I've gone through a lot. I've been through mega stuff, I believe. And there's this 3F philosophy that I came up with. Friends, family, fuck the rest.
I like that. Welcome to The Ripple Reach, the podcast where we get up close and personal with India's most talented DJs. I'm your host, DJ Shilpi Sharma, and this show is all about discovering the journeys, struggles, and triumphs of the incredible artists shaping the music scene today. Now, we have a very special guest joining us, a true multi-talented star who has successfully worn many hats in the entertainment world. From gracing the silver screen as a Bollywood actor to spinning tracks and setting dance floors on fire as a DJ. He's mastered the art of reinvention. He's known for his passion, his versatility, and for bringing something fresh and unique to everything he does. Please join me in welcoming the one and only Ashmit Patel. Ashmit, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm so excited to have you here.
Likewise. Thank you. And we made it, Shilpi. We've been trying to confirm a date for the longest time, and finally we managed. So
yes, I know you're a very busy guy, and you had other obligations, but you made it here, and I'm so grateful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. My pleasure completely.
Yes. So Ashmit, you had a notable career in Bollywood. What inspired you to transition into the world of DJing?
Well, actually, Shilpi, it was in 2014. In the beginning of 2014, I had a film with Salman Khan which released, Jai Ho. Post which I was getting a lot of offers, but they were really substandard. Because you know how that herd mentality ki Salman Khan ke saath picture ki abhi sign karo.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to take my time and wait for something really good to come my way. I didn't want to just sign, rake in the money, which I had done previously when the going was not so good.
Yeah.
Paise ki zarurat thi. I'd signed, I'd done a lot of films, which now when I look back, I feel like maybe I shouldn't have. So I decided to take a little break and wait for something really good. But being artists, you know how we are. We are impatient. We need to have our creative juices flowing all the time. So one day a friend of mine came over who's a DJ and a percussionist.
Okay.
Who's this friend? His name is Shabazz. So I just mentioned to him, I said, I want to learn how to DJ. And he said, really? I said, yeah, I've never told you. I've always wanted to. Since I was a teenager, I had this dream of
But
DJ.
did you?
Yeah.
You always wanted to be a DJ?
Always wanted to. Since I was a teenager, I used to go to those, those mega raves that used to happen in Goa.
Okay.
When there was no mobiles, there was no one, you didn't know where the party was. If you were cool, people would tell you, give you a little map. And there were no nightclubs. It was just in the middle of a forest or in the valley or it was just random places. Bamboo forest was, for example, one place. We used to follow the map, turn our bikes off, put the engine off, listen to where the sound is coming from, and that's how we found the parties. This is one particular morning, I remember at 6 in the morning, there's this legendary DJ, Goa Gill. He was playing. It was a New Year's Eve. And there were maybe 3,000-4,000 people. And
which year?
This was 99-2000.
Okay.
And I was, as usual, in front, next to the speaker, just dancing my ass off. And I just turned around and I looked behind me and I just saw this, group of people who just vibing in like 3,000 people. And I was like, that's cool. But what about this one dude in front of me who's making all that happen? What must he be feeling?
Yeah.
What is that power like? What is that feeling like? I said, I want to experience that someday. And that's the day I decided that one day I will be a DJ.
Oh, nice.
So my friend, he said, I'll teach you. So we went, we bought a DDJ SB Serato, if you remember.
Serato.
Very starter
Small,
level,
yeah.
small little controller.
Yeah.
And in 48 hours, I was mixing.
That's quick.
Yeah, and within a month, I did a secret gig where there was a lineup of one Argentinian DJ and a couple of Indian DJs. I was obviously first in the lineup when there was not many
This
people
is
in
Goa.
the club. No, this was in Bombay. But the first proper gig where my name was on the flyer was in Goa, at what was that time the #1 club in Goa, Waters, if I don't know if you remember, in Vagator. And I was second to the headliner. So yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. Where my first thought and dream was that I would be a DJ was in Goa, and I played in Goa for the first time. So yeah, it was a full circle kind of a thing.
So this is, when did you start DJing?
This is in 2014, 10 years ago, 10 and a half years ago.
You've been DJing for how many years now? 10 years, nearly.
10 years, but I took a break in between. I was really busy with film stuff. Plus, there was a time when I felt like the film world wasn't taking me too seriously because they thought I was more into DJing then. So I thought I should give it a break for a couple of years. Plus, my friend Shabazz, who we were partners together. He would play the djembe, I would mix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been.
So are you still acting?
Yeah, I just completed a series and a film as well, a trilingual film. So yeah, both should probably release sometime next year.
How are you balancing acting and DJing?
I'm not super busy that way that I, and also, DJing is on the weekends. So I usually, whenever I give out dates, it's usually for the shoots, it's Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
And I leave the weekends free always, just in case a gig comes up. But I'm very picky and choosy with my gigs as well. I'm not like a DJ who plays every weekend, or I'm looking to play every
But why like that? Don't you think it's important to be out there and be busy?
It is. Jo dikhta hai, wo bikhta hai. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. But the lifestyle of a DJ is too hectic for me now at this age.
But you like this profession, you like DJing.
I love it. It's a great high. I love connecting with people. लोग अक्सर मुझसे पूछते हैं कि do you prefer acting or DJing? मैं बोलता हूँ, for me, DJing is kind of like doing theatre. Theatre में जब आप होते हो तो audience सामने होती है. आपको reaction immediate मिल रहा है, तुरंत मिल रहा है. You know कि अगर आपका एक comedy dialogue था, वो hit हुआ है या नहीं. Audience हंसती है तो मतलब you've hit the line. Same with DJing. If you are engaging them, making them vibe and dance, you can feel it, you can see the energy, you can feel the energy. You have to keep tweaking your tracks. You know how it is. Every city has a different vibe, every city has a different preference. So you have to keep juggling around and figuring it out. Unless you've been playing for like 20 years, you know that is city mein ye chalega. I haven't been doing that. I haven't, like I said, don't play that often that I know the pulse of every city like the back of my hand. So it's a great experience for me to go out there and actually, learn from people, play on the fly, and I enjoy it. So
Ashmit, you said you're very selective about where you perform or your gigs. May I ask you why? Don't you think this is a very competitive industry and, you've always wanted to be a DJ, and once you become a DJ, you're being so selective?
DJing was something I took on when I took that little break from acting till I got something really, mind-blowing that I wanted to sink my teeth into completely. But having said that, I enjoyed DJing so much that, I should be doing more gigs. I think maybe the pricing needs to be adjusted.
Okay.
Because, I guess not every club can afford to pay the price that I want or I feel that I deserve. And that usually is one of the reasons also that, you know, the gigs are not as many as they should be.
Okay.
But that's something my manager and I have discussed, and we are reworking.
Okay.
Because I do want to actually start playing more. I want to even change genres now. Because initially I started as a techno DJ.
Okay.
Like I said, I used to go to raves. There was,
Okay.
there was
I could feel that.
Yeah, there was side trance. So when I started playing, it was more techno. But the offers that used to come was for Bollywood. And I was not playing Bollywood at that time. But finally, I succumbed and I started playing Bollywood. Because the money is much, you know, the money is in Bollywood. It's not in techno.
Yes, absolutely.
But now the techno market, 10 years down, from 2014 to 2024, has completely changed. Techno is in a big way. People are listening to it in small tier 3 cities. I, a few months ago, played in Agra. I didn't even know they had nightclubs, let alone a techno nightclub. So the things are changing, and I'm looking at now maybe coming up with a new identity altogether. And playing techno under that.
Okay.
I am not sure as yet. Yeah. And you know, another thing interesting was that my partner, Shabazz, he was also a music producer. So he was producing techno tracks. We were sitting and I'd give him my inputs. I didn't know how to physically do the programming, but he'd sit there and I would tell him what I felt, what sound I wanted, what I thought would work. And I told him, bro, you know, एक साल के बाद, 2 साल के बाद हम लोग एक नया genre invent करेंगे. Bollywood meets techno, Balytech. I came up with that term Balytech 10 years ago.
But it's already out here now, Balytech,
now,
everywhere.
I came up with this 10 years ago. In 2014, I said Balytech ek genre hum log banayenge.
So I wish you had done something about it and probably taken DJing more seriously, Ashmit.
I kick myself now because if I had started then, by now, yeah, I would be probably right at the top.
Yes,
in the DJing, in the Balytech space.
Okay.
But it's never too late, right?
Yeah, of course, it's never too late. But as you said, acting is pretty close to you. You know, you're more connected to acting. Would you ever leave DJing and go back to acting? If you get a role of a lifetime, you feel, you know, Ashmit, I'm getting this break again, you know, in Bollywood, and would you leave DJing?
Well, if it required me to dedicate 6 months or a year of my life, if it was that kind of a role, yeah, for sure.
What is more closer to you, acting or DJing?
They both have their space. I love music.
Choose
I've
one.
grown up on music. I can't choose one. But if I got an offer like you're saying, an offer that I can't refuse, I would take a year off. I can always come back to it. Music is always going to be a part of my life. Acting has a shelf life. You know, maybe not so much for the bigger stars. They can continue. Mr. Bachchan is a great example of how he has continued acting all, you know, till he's almost 80 now.
Yeah.
But how many actors are there that have that kind of a career that he's had? Not many. I feel like DJing, you can, if you're good at what you do, you have the energy, you have the, you know, you can manage the lifestyle because it is a lot of late nights, early mornings,
traveling.
a lot of flights, traveling. It's not easy. People think it's
energy.
You need the energy, and with age, you know, the energy dwindles. It happens. It's natural.
Do you think you have that?
Fortunately, I still feel like I still feel like a 25-year-old. So.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Tell me, Ashmit, where do you think you're a good DJ? Like, super talented, out there?
I'm good. I'm not the best. My technical skills, I manage. I can know how to mix. I know my music. But if you say, do I do crazy, funky transitions on every
scratching this?
No, I don't think that's really required. I'm not a James Hype, that's for sure. Also, like I said, I'm primarily doing Bollywood and commercial gigs. So for me, when I go to play, it's also the actor Ashmit Patel that goes on stage. So it's whether I like it or not, people are there to see me as an actor and a DJ. So it's me also playing the actor on stage and entertaining them, miking. There's a lot of selfies that are happening, and no matter how much, you know, in my work, right, XYZ, security is that. But कोई DCP का लड़का आ जाता है या कोई VIP है guest है, set के बीच में उनको selfie देना होता है, and you're like, I'm going to miss my transition, you know. So yeah, I'm a good DJ. I won't say I'm the best. There's no way. There's all my seniors, all you guys who've been DJing for way longer than me probably, and are doing more gigs. I think everything is also about practice. So I have a controller at home where I practice, but nothing like going out and playing a match. जितना भी आप nets में आप batting practice करो, जब आप match में उतरोगे stadium के अंदर, spectators होंगे, सामने वाला Australian या West Indies के 150 mph पे ball फेंक रहा है, it's a different thing. So when you're out there on stage, those nerves, playing to an audience, understanding what they like, playing to the vibe that they are going to enjoy is a different thing altogether.
But as you said, that if you did get a chance to go back to acting, how seriously will people take you in the DJing world? If you keep giving breaks like this, and if you do not take up more gigs, and if you're not out there, people don't connect with you or people don't see you, then how seriously will organizers or promoters or clubs call you? They're like, we'd rather get somebody who's out there, and
Fair.
You see?
So fortunately now, with the web space, I'm primarily doing work on the web, series and things like that. Just this one odd film that I did. Films are not happening for anybody. The film industry, unfortunately, is going through a very bad phase.
Yeah.
So the turnaround time for series is actually maximum a month, 40 days.
Okay.
And there are breaks in between. And like I said, I dedicate Monday to Friday for that. Because your gigs are usually Saturday, you're traveling back on Sunday, and then Monday I can go back to filming. So it doesn't really come in the way, but I need to take on more gigs. I also say no when I'm feeling like, hey, I don't want to play in this place, or the club is not big enough, or whatever, or the pricing is not, I don't want to maybe bargain on the price. So that's a talk that I've had with my manager, and we're going to maybe, tweak that a little bit. And I feel like I need to play more. I enjoy it, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing it more.
Okay.
Yeah, but will people take me seriously? Whoever's heard me play takes me seriously, because but they feel, he's an actor, what's he going to do? But when I go up there and they see what I deliver, it changes people's perception.
You performed in Calcutta at my husband's club, the Brew Hive.
Oh yeah, I have.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
it was a while ago. It's 2-3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And no, I don't think that was 2-3 years back. That was more than 4 years. 4 years, because I wasn't married by then. But yes, my husband did mention that we've had Ashmit Patel, and I was very happy about it. That you're exploring places, and you're not being very fussy, and you're all out there. But as you said, you're not taking up gigs and very selective because of the money, as well as you said, the clubs are small. Very rare in India you will get very huge clubs like Prism in Hyderabad, right? Do you think that is a deciding factor for you, that club is very small?
It was. Some places I've said no to in the past because I've just seen the layout of the club. I've heard from people the sound is not good. The sounds, and that's a no for me. When the sound is not good, but I need to just disregard that and just do gigs.
But how about having a huge audience, a good club, but they're not paying you that well? But don't you think that is also going to help you connect with a lot of people?
You're right. I need to be more flexible.
Yes.
For sure. I do need to be more flexible.
Great. So Ashmit, what were the challenges you faced, when you were transitioning into a DJ?
Well, for one, like I said, I started playing techno and there was no money in techno.
Yeah.
Not just no money, there weren't that many cities where techno was popular. Bombay was okay, there was one of them. Delhi a little bit. Hyderabad was not even on the map at that time. So there was basically 2 or 3 cities and Goa. That was one challenge. Second was that I was getting more offers for Bollywood, and to convince myself that I'm going to now play Bollywood. Just think about the dollar signs. You're getting offered good money, do it. That was one. That was the second. And third was, like you correctly mentioned, do people take you seriously? Like, an actor hai, usko kya DJing aati hai? But if you see, after I became a DJ, there's so many more people who as actors have become DJs. Ali, you mentioned Ali. Arjun Rampal, Shahid also in between was
Yes, I
dabbling
know,
with
yeah,
it for a
I'm aware,
bit.
yeah.
Zulfi, quite a few. I can't even remember how many. There's quite a few others who now recently have become. There's the girl, one more girl. Who became-
Udita.
Udita, yeah. Udita. So there's a lot of actors who
Yes.
then became DJs. But I think, I don't know what their challenges are, whether people take them seriously. But that was something that I faced. And because, like you correctly said, I don't play that often, a lot of people don't even know I'm a DJ. Yeah, so this was one. People were not really sure whether I was taking DJing seriously, whether I
Okay.
was just, whether I could even do a
Play.
simple mix.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you hear me play once, people who have heard me play have changed their opinion. And
Okay.
also, I think a lot of bad mouthing happens. It's a very insecure, you know how this
Yes,
industry
yes.
is, be it acting, be it DJing. There's a lot of competition. And
Did you face a lot of...
I've heard a lot of unsavory things about me. My manager at times has held back a lot, but I've told him, just tell me, because the more I know and the better it's
How
better
do you
that I
handle
know.
that?
No, I can't stop people's mouths wagging, right? So they're insecure and they're jealous. They want
What
to.
did they say?
Oh, DJing नहीं आता है, mixing नहीं आती है, simple ये नहीं आता है, वो नहीं आता है. Or he doesn't take it seriously. से party करने जा रहा है.
Seriously?
Yeah, all kinds of things. So, I mean, if I'm getting attention, there are other DJs on the lineup. There's the house DJs. They feel, why is this actor coming in and out, coming into our space and taking our jobs away? Which I can understand, because I felt the same way about influencers coming in and taking acting jobs away from.
Yeah.
Because you have 1 million followers, that means, you're being cast as, in films and in shows. Which I felt was, if you have talent, okay, but it shouldn't be based on just your following.
True.
So I understand why people have had those insecurities. And
What was the reaction of your family and friends when you told them you want to become a DJ?
I don't think I really discussed it with them.
Really?
No. I just
So
went
you
in-
would just one fine day start DJing?
Yeah. I don't live with my parents, so they didn't even know I had all this equipment.
And
with me.
friends?
Friends were very encouraging.
Supportive, cool
A
about
whole
it.
bunch of them came down to Goa when I played for the first time.
That's sweet.
They were there, rooting for me and cheering me on.
There's nothing like Ashmit, you're an actor, now why would you start DJing? Let's face it, Ashmit, actors are actors and DJs...
You've been an actor.
Yes, I know. And that's one of the reason I wanted to get you on this show. You know why? Because I faced a lot. People really went out to judge me. And I've really worked hard to be out here where I am today.
What were the challenges that you faced?
I was told especially, that you need to work on your technical skills. You don't have to be just someone who's playing pre-recorded sets. As I said, lot of
But
criticism.
that happens so much with
It does.
this. I don't want to take their names,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking about. These big Bollywood
Yes,
item number
yes.
slash DJ.
Yes, it happens.
They're just playing pre-recorded sets.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm talking about very big names, and people are not really idiots, they know what's happening. So I was told, Shilpi, just learn the art. Don't make a fool, or people are going to say कि Bollywood actress थी, कुछ हुआ नहीं तो DJ बन गई, and you can't be a failure. I was very lucky. Secondly, the media attention, the paparazzi, they land up, they want to click you more as an actor, less, if you're a DJ.
It's more glamorous.
How the industry works. A lot of people judging me, blah, blah, blah. So it's quite ugly for me. So
I think that may have been harder for you because
Yes.
being
I came in 2012. I started DJing in 2012.
so being a girl, I think maybe it's tougher.
I was one of the few actors who became a DJ. I think I came much before you did.
Yeah, I was
or
in
any
2014,
of the Bollywood
2014,
actors.
yeah.
I came much before. So I faced a lot of challenges. So that's what I want to know from you.
Yeah, there is there's also, I forgot, like you mentioned, he doesn't play, it's a pre-recorded thing.
Who?
That some
Yes.
people have said that
Yes,
as well.
yes.
How are you going to stop people from talking? Like, how
So
do you-
haven't people stood just watching you, Ashmit, when you perform?
They
That
do.
are you playing a pre-recorded set?
Yeah, they
How
do.
good are you?
I've seen the guys just like with,
है ना?
with binoculars.
Yeah. And how are the resident DJs, who just stand there and watch your
They all
skills?
come after the set and they're like, they're high-fiving and they're like, bhai, kya bajaya aapne, ye wo. And like, yeah, thank you, man. But now what they go and say after that, I don't know. But on my face, they've always been complimentary.
Okay.
And like I said, it's a lot of insecurity. So you can't stop people from talking. You can't stop tongues from wagging.
You think people doubted your talent?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Not your friends, I'm talking about in the industry.
Yeah.
Doubting you as Ashmit Patel, as a DJ. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they probably thought the same things. फिल्मों में इतना नहीं चला तो यहाँ पे अभी DJing करने आया है. It's just something else he's trying to do. Yeah. बड़े बाप का बेटा है, पैसे हैं, पार्टी करने आया है. बस यही. Which is so far from the truth, right? People just want to judge. You can't stop them.
Do you have a lot of friends in the DJing industry?
I wouldn't say a lot. Friends. I know quite a few of them, having been around for 10 years. But
and who are they?
Well, I would say Suketu is one of my close friends. He's my
a great
neighbor.
guy.
He lives like one road away from me. We're both townies, live in South Bombay.
He's going to be here soon.
Yeah. So he's someone who's really supported me as well.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. I used to go to his institute to practice, and his boy Mandar was helping me hone my skills as well. Okay. So
how was it feeling playing
there
Bollywood?
Was one big one that I had. So Salman Khan, when he learned that I had started DJing, he said he asked me if I would play in this club called Royalty. Which is one of his boys, Prashant PP. You know PP? So he was a partner.
I played at Royalty too.
Yeah, he was a partner in it.
Yeah.
So he said, "Will you play there?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll play there." So we had a big night there with set up a full LED screen for me and everything, and
that's a huge place.
Called everybody.
Yeah. How did it go?
That was crazy. It was
So that was your Bollywood?
We had to remove the LED screen.
Why?
Because there were tables up behind.
Okay.
It was so packed. It was sold out completely that there was two tables there behind the LED screen, which they wanted to then sell.
Okay.
So they pulled down the LED screen because they didn't have any more tables, and that was the only place that they could accommodate those tables.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was full. It was a
Did
full
Salman
house.
Khan come for your gig?
He didn't. No, he was shooting. But yeah, I didn't expect him to come, and it's not. It would have been too much. As it is, it was jam packed, and Sohail Bhai came. Sohail Bhai came. A lot of our other industry friends came. Yeah. And yeah, my townie friends, my childhood school friends. Yeah, it was a good
And you
night.
playing Bollywood?
I played Bollywood.
Yeah.
That's one of the few times I've played in Bombay, actually, Bollywood. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't play in Bombay much.
Which genre, as of today, which genre are you really most connected to? Bollywood or techno?
I would say Balytech now.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bollywood has become a part of me. Techno always was a part of me. So now the Mishran of the two, Balytech.
What's the difference between acting and DJing, and what is more fulfilling? I think I know the answer, but I'll still ask you.
The difference, like I said, there is a similarity between theatre and DJing for me because it's instant gratification. Set pe, you get those claps after a good shot, whether that's just from your crew.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen all the time. You have to wait for the film or the show to release, and then you get the audience reaction. So there's a big lag in time. In DJing, you get that instantly. You know, or if the dance floor is full, you know you're doing a great job. So I think that would be one difference. The high, I think in DJing there's more highs. In acting, if in a day I get 2 or 3 shots where I felt, fuck, I fucking nailed it. You know, I was not in my body. I was completely out of body experience. I was the character. I wasn't even thinking about my lines. I wasn't thinking about which mark I have to come to, what the other person's dialogue is, what my cue is. If I haven't had to think at all, a few times in a day, it's a good day. That high happens, like I said, 2 or 3 times a day. If you're lucky, sometimes just once a day, sometimes it doesn't happen at all. But when you're DJing, That high is it's constantly there. It's for that 1.5, 2 hours when you're playing, you're just
you feel like
so,
God.
Yeah. And when you come off stage and
Yes.
you feel like, oh yeah, I've fucking crushed that. It's
So
a great
do
feeling.
you feel a lot of pressure to prove yourself as a DJ because you're coming from the Bollywood background?
I did initially, and like I said, there was a lot of negative talk, which still happens sometimes, I guess. Initially, it was I tried to prove people wrong. Now I just go out and have a good time. I don't care. If they want to talk crap, they're going to talk crap anyway. I just go out, have a good time. Whoever's there knows what I did, so I don't try to prove anything. I just want to make people have a good time and have a good time myself. Honestly, the audience doesn't care how technically sound you are, what fucking crazy transitions you're doing, how many effects you're using, whether you're looping the tracks or whether you're freaking using. They don't give a shit. They don't know anything.
So who cares?
They don't. You just have to make them dance.
But who's the one who's judging you then?
It's the other DJs, it's the promoters, and honestly,
I know the answer. It's just that I want to hear it from you.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not trying to please them. Yeah, the promoters are happy if the dance floor is full and their bar sales are good.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Wow, you're very honest, Ashmit. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Is
good.
there any other way than being honest?
Of course, you have to be. I completely feel, it's the people, in the console who's standing, who are observing you, your DJing skills. The audience really doesn't care. Till the time you're making them dance, playing good music, having a good body language, smiling, they go back home happy, bus.
You must have faced it even more being a girl. There must have been
did.
more judgment.
A lot.
ये लड़की है, ये क्या करेगी?
A
Because
lot.
I'm guessing
Yes.
2012 is when you started.
Yes.
There were hardly any girls playing that.
Yeah. It's a lot of, in fact, those few women in the industry, they were like, "Isme kya hai jo hum mein nahi hai?" She's playing the same music. I was playing in Trilogy, and I've given some packed, nights, and I was a resident DJ of EXO.
Oh, EXO, okay.
Yeah, so I was the resident DJ for 1.5 years. I've had great crowd coming there, and people questioning me, but you'll not believe, Ashmit, people used to not dance, thinking, there's a female DJ performing, right? And I used to just look at them, I'm like, okay, fine. But after I start playing music, they are forced to dance. I know they're going to dance.
Yeah, that's the power of music.
Yes.
Right? And that's
So
the power
I've,
that a DJ has. It's all
I've
in your
faced those
fingers.
challenges.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
But how things have changed now.
Yes,
There's so many
absolutely.
girls. In fact, they're taking over all the work from the guys.
You think so?
Yeah, a lot of my DJ friends, I won't take their names, you probably know a lot of them.
Female DJs?
No, male DJs, they're like, भाई काम ही नहीं मिल रहा है कि सिर्फ लड़कियों को भी दे रहे हैं. Because they're pretty faces, wear nice revealing clothes, you go on.
Do you ever feel, a little edgy or, with so many new talents, new DJs coming, and as it is, as you said, you're very selective with your gigs, and at the same time, so many newcomers coming. Don't you think you have to work a little harder to,
I'm
when
not
it
competing
comes?
with anyone. I'm more the merrier. I mean, I'm fine. Let them come. It's good. Technology has become so much easier now. It's so convenient. It's easy to pick it up. And I think I have a USP which other people don't. And if I were really feeling insecure, I would pick my game up. But I'm easy doing what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm not someone who's really ambitious, and I just want to be happy. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I do not believe in being in the rat race. Because if you're in the rat race, at the end of the day, you're a rat. And I ain't no rat. So, yeah.
But to make your mark in the industry, you have to be little, don't you think so?
You need to be a little bit more out there, like you said. You need to be playing more. I need to be putting out more content, networking. Yeah, which I don't really. I've always been bad at networking. Even in the film industry, that's been one of my weakest points. I just don't like.
Do you have an agency or management who's taking care of
They
your
can't
work,
do
or
the
it's you?
networking for you. You have to. I've had several agencies, several managers, but then it has to be in you to go and do. They can guide you,
Exactly.
and they can push you to a degree, but you can take the horse to the to the lake, but your horse has to drink himself.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make the horse drink the water. So, yeah, it's something I need to work on.
Do you groove? Do you dance? Do you climb the table? Do you do a lot of miking? What is it? What's your energy like?
I haven't climbed the table as yet. But yeah, I go down, I jump off.
You do all of that?
I jump off sometimes when it's bigger venues.
Miking?
Miking, a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, so what is it, that one thing which you do the most when you're miking? What is it that you say?
It's nothing fixed. I just go with what I'm feeling. I just generally talk while, sometimes it's just talking to the audience.
Yeah.
It's not even that 1, 2, 3, let's go, or put your fucking hands up. None of that. I mean, I do that sometimes, I feel it, but it's more general. Something that's happened in the crowd, or I'll connect with a certain person and make that my
do you feel women are more crazy, when they're in the audience, more than the men about you?
No, I think it's equal, pretty much, yeah.
But you must be getting more female attention.
Decent female attention, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But guys also, I think they identify with me. They like, I don't know, they have this.
So people look at you more as Ashmit Patel, the Bollywood actor,
think
or
so.
more as Ashmit the DJ?
I think as the actor.
Yeah?
More as the actor, yeah.
And do you think you like it?
As long as they connect with me, as long as they give me love and I can give them love back, I'm good with it.
I think that's working for you, being the Bollywood actor and then a DJ.
Definitely. Definitely. That's why I got into playing Bollywood, because that celebrity actor DJ tag came on and I got paid a good amount of money to do it.
Did you ever face a situation, Ashmit, where, we've already discussed this, people really didn't take you that seriously, right, in the industry. But did you ever come across somebody face to face or in a situation, where you've had that kind of experience?
Where they've said something to my face?
Yes, or they didn't take you that seriously, or just said something to you?
No, I don't.
Which would be like very insulting, or, you just...
No, not to my face.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's had the courage to do that. Not that I can recall, no. No.
No?
I've had an experience, a scary experience, when I jumped into the crowd once.
Okay, please tell me.
So it was in Goa. This was a pretty big outdoor venue. It was an EDM festival. And I jumped off the stage, and there was barriers all over here. We couldn't, the security couldn't come around. I just jumped off, and although there was a fence kind of a thing in front, so I just went to give high fives to a few people. Someone grabbed me.
Ouch.
And he held my t-shirt.
Oh my
I
God.
took his hand off, and then he held my hand, and I felt like the guy's just trying to get my attention. And
Yeah.
so I was holding him. And then I smiled. I said, "Yeah, what's up?" And then he just wouldn't let go. I think he was high on something.
Was he a fan?
I don't know what he was, but he actually, my eye got scratched as well.
Ouch.
I couldn't see from his one eye properly, and I had to go back up and start playing. And I was obviously very disturbed about it. I was.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Yeah. And so after that, I decided that I'm never going to ever jump off, and I'll wait for the security to come and then go. Because I was all alone there, and anything could have happened. He could have pulled out a knife or anything.
Oh my God.
You never know, right? So that was one scary
That's
thing.
very,
I don't know.
very
I think he was
scary.
just really high on something. Yeah.
But do you have...
Because there was no reaction. He was just like looking at me blank. Like,
He must be on something then,
definitely.
I guess.
I put an Instagram post about it actually as well.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you have security with you, Ashmit, when you perform?
Always. Yeah, always.
Yes?
There's, by default, you're going into an environment where there's people who are drinking and, testosterone is high and there's going to be brawls. You just don't want to get into anything. There's, you need that security blanket.
Has it ever happened that you've actually gone for a gig and you haven't got the attention as Ashmit Patel, the actor? How did you ever have that experience? Where people really didn't care who you were,
No, usually, Usually there is people who always want to take pictures and are keen to meet me, and yeah, there's always. I don't know whether they want to meet me just because I'm the DJ of the night or because I'm an actor. But there's always people around who are keen to be photographed with me, and yeah, and give love, and yeah, I don't want to say that I thrive on it, but it feels good.
It feels good.
Yeah, of course it feels good. Who doesn't like to be loved?
Of course, of course. So considering how competitive the DJing industry is, do you feel your background in Bollywood opened doors that might otherwise be closed for others?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
It is much easier for you because you've come from a Bollywood background.
Easier because I have the avenue to reach out to more people. There is already kind of an interest in Bollywood actors to be seen or to see a Bollywood actor. There's a draw. But at the same time, there's that flip side where you don't get taken seriously, initially at least, as a performer.
Okay. So, okay, tell me, how do you go about creating a set? Do you plan in advance? Or do you play on the spot? What is it? You understand the vibe? How do you go about it?
So I have a bank of 50 odd tracks which I make. Current, new, hot songs. If I'm playing in, say, the Northeast, I'll have a different kind of set list. But if I'm playing in Chandigarh or Delhi, it will be different, a little more Punjabi.
Do you play Punjabi music?
I do a little bit. I'm not big on I play a little bit, but sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to. So depending on the place and the venue, I create a little bit of a bank of songs, but then mostly it's on the fly. You have to gauge the crowd. There's a time for half an hour when everyone will be going nuts, and then you need to give them a break because they get tired.
Yeah.
You also want the club to make money, so you need to bring the tempo down and make sure that people leave the dance floor, go to the bar, buy some drinks. Then you have to again pick it up and bring people back. So I do that just on the fly. I make sure that I'm also keeping the promoters happy.
Do you play with a laptop or USB?
With a USB.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Nice. But you must be having record box?
Record box.
Record box.
Yeah. I have playlists and I have folders with all kinds of
So you actually
tracks.
Sit and download music? Listen to it, download, or you have a team or somebody working for you?
I do some of it, and I have DJ friends who give me a lot of music.
Okay.
And I have someone, an assistant DJ who gives me the latest tracks that are trending.
But don't you work hard and listen weekly what's the new music and
I listen to some music. I listen to different mixes. I choose which mix I like of the new hot tracks that are out there. There's a lot of remixes people are making all the time, right?
What about you?
Have I made any remixes?
Yes.
I've made a few.
Really? I've never heard any of your remixes.
I haven't really released them. I put them on Instagram a little bit here there.
When was this?
But I get get them ghost produced. I don't produce them myself. I give a little.
Of course.
Yeah, I give my inputs of how I wanted to sound.
Yes.
I give a little sample track of what I wanted to sound like. This meets this, and then there's a to and fro. There's 3 or 4 drafts that come and then find.
But why are you not releasing so many remixes?
I need to do more of it. Yeah.
You
I
should.
put out one. It was 20 odd years of murder. 20 years of murder. So I did a Kaho Balytech mix.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on my Instagram, I think. Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
Don't you think people need to hear more of your music? For DJs as well.
Yeah, I don't.
So that they can actually use it in their sets.
I haven't messaged a single person with my mixes or anything.
Why not?
I'm just a very reserved
Somebody
kind of
needs
person,
to really push you, right?
Yeah. I'm terrible at networking and marketing.
But that's okay. You can hire a team for that.
I can, but there's not like that. Nothing works like you marketing yourself.
Absolutely.
Take Ori, for example. He's a genius.
Who?
Ori.
Okay.
Ori.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's just super smart.
Oh my God, you can't compare.
So
He's
intelligent,
another level.
and he's a genius.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to be that level.
Yeah.
But yeah,
1%
marketing
of what he
yourself, I'm
is.
sure 90% of the ideas are his. Yeah, I'm sure he has a big team who give inputs. But that kind of genius comes from him. What he has created himself. It's not someone else's thinking or someone else's idea. It's not. It's him.
What
So
I can gauge is you're very chilled out, laid back, and
I am a little bit
you
too
are,
laid back
right?
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What has been your most memorable gig till date?
There's been a few. I love all my international gigs because I get to travel and I love traveling.
Where all have you traveled?
Played in Australia.
Weddings, clubs?
Club.
Okay. How's the experience?
Sydney and Brisbane. Great.
Yeah?
Sydney was a Bollywood commercial one, and Brisbane was a techno. So
Okay.
I really enjoyed that. Dubai.
Okay.
Where else? LA, San Francisco. Yeah. San Francisco was good. It was on Valentine's Day. So it was great. I have a cousin who lives there. She came out, a bunch of her friends. It was great.
Who's your favorite DJ?
I don't have a favorite. There's so many good
Anybody who's inspired you?
artists. I try to pick up qualities from everyone. So, for example, now Charlotte DeWitt, just her focus and her concentration. I love the way Nina is now bridging the gap between techno and psytrance. I think loves
good,
psychedelic trance as much
she's
as I do.
very good, yeah.
She's great.
How about Indian DJs?
Indian DJs, they're all fabulous. I mean,
Like? Name a few.
techno DJ, there's Diatonic, there's Mashter, Real MM. I heard him. He was just before Charlotte. First time I heard him play. From our Bollywood community, Suketu is, he's one of our founding.
Yes.
Akhtar, Akbar. All of these guys are legends. Akil, Ravish, I think, is great with his productions and he has very unique mixes that he makes. I don't personally play them because I think only he can pull them off the way he does. He's fabulous. But I think we have so much talent here. We have an incredible amount of talent in India. And we should stop really giving so much bhav to Firang artists. It's great that they come here and they maybe expose a sound that we haven't heard. But we need to also promote Indian artists a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. But do you think the DJing community, what we've discussed, is really that supportive? I mean, how does anybody promote, the Indian artist? I mean, say, if you have a gig and I come for your gig, I'm going to talk to 10 other people about it. I'm going to maybe put up your creative, put it up on my social media. Do you really think so Indian DJs do all of this?
If you're good friends, yeah, they would probably do it. But I don't think it's up to the DJs to support each other. Of course, that's important.
That's very important,
But I
Ashmit,
think
because
more important is for the audience, for the people who are coming in to listen to you, to get over this hangover of white skin and foreigners.
yes, so true.
They're the ones who are going to be spending money at the bar. They're the ones who are going to be able to make the promoter be able to afford to get in a DJ, get in an artist. So I think it's up to the audience to be proud of Indian artists more.
I think we are getting there.
We're getting there.
The
We're getting
DJing, as DJs, it's taken a lot of time, but I think we are making a place for ourselves right now, because earlier they had this impression of a DJ, एक CD निकालता है, दूसरा लगाता है, एक गाना लगा दूसरा. There's no respect unless you are in a city like Bombay, Pune, where people really understand what's a DJ all about, right? In smaller cities,
Hyderabad, Bangalore, they really appreciate music there.
Yeah. So, I think smaller cities, they still haven't evolved that much. We still have a way,
But like you said, it's getting there.
It's getting there.
I didn't
but
even know
still,
there was a nightlife in Agra. But I went there and I didn't play Bollywood, I played techno. So we're definitely getting there. The tier 3 cities are now mushrooming up, all over the country with clubs, and it's getting there.
Yeah.
Sunburn is helped in a big way.
Yes.
They have these pop-ups everywhere. So I think the scene is, it's a good time for DJs. But yeah, the real ones. We need to focus on the real ones, not the play and pose ones.
So when you are performing, Ashmit, are you nervous before every gig, or you're absolutely easy?
I get a little bit of performance, that adrenaline.
Even after 10 years?
Yeah, it's same with me when I'm in front of the camera. It's a new film, it's a new character. I don't know whether I'm going to catch the right pitch and tone. So the first day, you're still like unsure. I keep going back to the director. I'm like, was that okay? Was that okay? Was the pitch right? Take it high, take it lower. What that we want to get that affirmation.
Yeah.
So the same with when I'm playing. I'm waiting for the audience reaction. First couple of mixes, whether they're feeling the vibe, whether I'm playing the right kind of music for them. So I feel that for a couple of mixes, and once I know that they're in and they're vibing, then it's all good.
Has it ever happened that you've gone for a gig and there's hardly anybody in the audience?
Yeah.
Really? How many times?
In Bhopal a few months ago, not a few months ago, maybe 6-8 months. There was neither me nor my management nor the promoters realized that night was an India-Pakistan match.
Oh, goodness.
And we realized just the day before, and we're like,
oh my
I was
God.
like, are we going to have, I hope they've done great promotion. Are they going to have a screen there? Can people watch the match? Because India-Pakistan is too big. No one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Films don't release.
Yeah.
Shah Rukh and Salman will not release a film when there's an India-Pakistan match going on. So, yeah, the club was not very full. Let me put it that way.
So did you perform?
Yeah, I did my 1.5 hours.
There were how many
didn't
people?
Go 2 hours, which I would 2.5 hours sometimes when I'm really having a great time. I commit for 90 minutes on.
Now, how many
contract.
people in the club?
It must have been 30, 40.
And did you play with the same enthusiasm and energy, or is it like a downer for you? Like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Whenever I play, there's the few people in front who are really giving you a lot of energy. You find 2 or 3 people who are like next level.
Yeah.
At least for me, it's been like that. And those people are the ones I really connect with when I'm playing. And so that's what I did in this particular gig. It was a small, intimate thing, and I was like, you know what? This is a private party in my apartment.
But that's so cool.
And this is it. So yeah.
Have you ever faced a technical glitch? Suddenly, like double played the cue or stopped the music halfway,
of course.
Something like that.
Of course.
How did you handle that?
I've pressed play on the wrong player.
That happens all the time.
It's happened a few times. I start miking, I say, I'm playing the song again because it's one of my favorites.
You don't accept that you just fucked it up?
No? I mean, unless there's a really big glitch, like something, then...
Suddenly the whole crowd just goes quiet, like, oh my God, what happened?
No, I try to cover it up if I can.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do this. Which city has been your favorite city?
I've played the most, I would say, in Jaipur and Goa. Jaipur, I don't know why.
And your favorite audience?
I would have to say Jaipur.
Really?
Yeah, they've really accepted me. I've done 3 or 4 New Years there.
Okay.
I've done I don't know how many countless gigs there.
Okay.
And always had a great response. So, but now unfortunately the nightlife is dead in Jaipur since the last 1-2 years.
I'm from Jaipur.
Oh, really?
I'm basically from Rajasthan. Yes, obviously I'm from Jaipur.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Jaipur, I think the crowd is very interactive. They love partying. They love having fun.
Yep.
You don't expect from a city like Jaipur, but you'll be amazed. People really dress up well.
They dress up well.
Yes.
There are people. I think also there's a few colleges and a lot of colleges and things around. So you have actually kids from all over the country coming in there and partying. Good crowd. They know their music. Beautiful people. Rajasthani, or you know, the guys are tall, handsome.
Rajput.
Yeah, Rajput. So yeah, it's been fun playing in Jaipur, and I'm really sad that the nightlife there is just really canned completely. So maybe in the future it'll pick up again. So
Ashmit, do you think any Bollywood actor can become a DJ? Is it that easy?
why not? If you put your mind to it, you have a desire for it, you have a passion for it, you put in the work. And with technology, like I was saying, it's quite easy now. It's so user friendly. It doesn't take that long to at least get the basic mixing in place.
But don't you think it's more challenging for them?
There'll be more eyes on them. There'll be more judgment for sure.
And they have to work more hard?
They would have to at least get the
prove
basics
themselves?
right. I think if they just do that much, it's fine, because then it's like I said. Even when I play, it's about sometimes not just about the music. It's also about the performance of me going and miking and talking and interacting, and it's just so much more. It's about me I'm performing on stage. It's like me. I'm doing a play on stage while playing. I'm Ashmit, the actor, playing a DJ. So I'm actually there putting on an act in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So people, if you're an actor and you're just going in there and like dead on stage, I don't think that's going to go down too well. Unless you're really great at what you're playing, the music you're playing. But other than that, you need to give a performance. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It is, a great performer. You could be the best singer on the planet, but on stage, if you're not a good performer, people are not going to want to come watch you. You need to have stage presence.
Of course,
you need to be,
Yes. In US and Europe, the entire DJing community is very strong.
Yeah.
Comparing to India. They recommend DJs, they support DJs, they give them a fair chance. In the big DJs I'm talking about, they give the junior DJs a fair chance, they're promoting them, they're coming up with their own music, etc. Would you do that to, the younger boys? Would you, if you came across somebody, or say somebody messages you on social media, sir, I want to be a DJ. I mean, do you firstly get these messages from?
I don't really check social media so much. I'm someone who tries to stay away from social media as much as possible.
But if somebody came up to you...
But I have people who come and ask me, how do I become a DJ and how.
So what do you tell them?
I say go join an institute. Go join Suketu's institute if you're in Bombay. Or do an online course. I just did one again with Crossfader. I did the intermediate course. I mean, I keep learning. Even Amir Khan goes and does refresher courses to act for his acting, and you have to keep practicing. Sachin Tendulkar needs to go into the nets and practice.
Exactly.
So there's no shame in that, and I tell people go do a course.
What's the right way? I would say, what's the right? Which is the best way to become a DJ? Like, what's the process?
I would say learn it professionally, because I learned it from a friend who knew his stuff but wasn't a teacher. So he probably didn't know the right way to teach me, although I got the basics and then I would learn from YouTube or whatever. But it's not the same as doing a proper course, which is, defined. There are separate lessons for each thing, for beat matching, for syncing, for loops, for hot cues. You probably want to do it. You can do an online course. It doesn't have, like I said, I did an online course. There's plenty around. Just do a little research, and you don't have to be in a city where there is an institute where you have to physically go. Of course, you have to have the equipment, and that's an investment. So if you don't have the equipment, then go to an institute.
But how about those people who are in remote villages and small cities where there are no institutes? What do they do?
I started out before I even started learning in 2014. When I used to have house parties, and I was always the DJ at my house parties. I had this app called DJ2, I think it was that time, and I would, for my iPad, I would DJ. I would be mixing from my iPad. So download a DJing app on your phone, on a smartphone. Everybody has smartphones now. and load your music in and start playing for your friends. Yeah, that's how I started.
Nice. And YouTube, I think. Today
YouTube.
there are plenty of
There's so
people.
many lessons out there. But then you need equipment. But
Yes.
like I said, there's an app.
The phone.
There's an app. You can do it on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are the key people in the industry, like you've mentioned, Suketu? Who are the key people in the industry who were just there with you, in your entire 10-year journey, who were very supportive and stood by you?
DJs wise?
DJs in the DJing industry.
Most of my friends, DJ friends, are in the techno and electronic music space. They're not really in the Bollywood space. But like I said, Suketu, Ravish is a good friend. I played a lot in Jaipur. He's from Jaipur. Rib, DJ Rib.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so because I've played so much there, we've played a lot together. Rohit Gidda, we've done a few gigs together before he became almost human. We did a few Bollywood gigs together. All these guys have been supportive. Gidda still tells me, like, bro, to techno mein aaja abhi. You will kill the scene. He tells me, like, you will just kill it. Like, he's doing so well, and hats off to him. He's such a hard worker. Again, self-learned, and created this beautiful identity with Almost Human, and done a great job. So, all these guys have been supportive and encouraging. And I think.
Do you think Indian DJs are well paid? Comparing to, the international artists. The international artists, some of them, they have their own villas, they have their own aircraft. Do you think we are anywhere close to that?
No, we're not anywhere close to that. No. We can't compare. But the scene over there in Europe and America, like you're saying, is way bigger. DJs there are stars.
Yeah.
In India, we just have a handful. I mean, not even, maybe, stars DJs who are stars. So, we have a long way to go. As far as even regular DJs being paid, I know the struggle for a lot of them, and it's getting harder because of the advent of all these girls who are coming with different kind of talent.
Yeah.
So, they're taking away a lot of the jobs from all of the guys. And these Bollywood starlets who are coming in and just pressing play and pretending to be DJing, it's wrong. And I think the promoters are to blame for this, because the audience probably doesn't know what's happening. And they're just trying to sell tickets.
Do you think audience is foolish? They don't understand what's happening.
They can't even see the console, right? They're down there, up on a platform, on a stage. The chick is doing this or that, and she's just doing that, and they're like, she's bouncing up and down, but they're not really focusing so much on.
No, but I think people are not that really
clued in.
No. You know what? Like, we had Bobby Deol, who became a DJ, right? But did the audience really accept Bobby Deol?
I'll tell you what happened. That Bobby Deol was not actually playing.
There was some incident which happened,
Yes,
and that was ugly.
Became viral, but he
Right?
was not supposed to play, and he was not. They marketed him as he was going to be DJing. It was just
But I've seen his video where he said, "I'm Bobby Deol and I'm coming to a city to perform."
he was just supposed to go on stage, do a couple of mixes of his songs from two, three of his films, and that's it. That was all he was supposed to do.
So what really went wrong?
They expected a 1.5 2 hour set, which was not the deal with him, and he was not meant to do anything more than just that 15 minutes.
Because I think people couldn't accept him as a DJ. Why I asked you that question, that can any Bollywood actor become a DJ? Because I don't
Abhay
really...
Deol is now
Abhay
playing,
Deol
and
is,
I believe he's doing a great job. He's playing more house, deep house.
He's into techno, I think.
I think it's
deep
more
house
housey.
and
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Okay. He
Sure,
shifted
why
his
not?
base in Goa, I believe.
Has he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would love to get him on my podcast also.
Abhay, if you're watching this, you need to be on Shilpi's podcast.
How sweet. Thank you. Okay, you've been having a lot of controversies in your life, Ashmit. I'm not going to get into depth.
Let's not get into that.
No, but you know, you have been surrounded by so many controversies. A boy with controversies around.
Yeah.
How
Follows me
have
around.
those shaped you personally and professionally? Have you learned anything from them?
Yeah, of course. I think every experience teaches you if you are aware of the lesson that the universe is trying to bring to you. Some people are just ignorant of it or want to play victim. Then you don't learn shit from it. Then you're not being shaped from it. You're just going to be bitter. I have always looked at it like, okay, when you're going through it, it's tough and you're like, why me? But once you come through it, or it's been a while, and when you look back and reflect, you have to take the positive out of it and learn and get the lesson learned. Because if you don't learn that lesson, something similar is going to happen in a different shape or form. The universe is going to bring back that lesson for you to learn again.
So you've learned your lessons?
I have. I don't trust people as much as I used to. I've become a little bit less honest sometimes. But now, today I'm being very honest, but I've learned a little bit of diplomacy. I've learned that people don't want to really hear the truth all the time. Even though you may mean well. So you can't always speak from your heart, you need to use your head.
But I think
sometimes.
you're speaking from your heart.
Today
I'm amazed. Actually, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm meeting you, and I didn't expect this kind of honesty from you. I thought you were going to be very polished, manipulative, like, okay, next question.
See, this is what you asked me, what is the biggest challenge you had to face? This is the challenge. People always expect an actor to be a certain way. And there is a judgment. Everybody has an image of...
And that's fair enough,
Yeah,
you
fair.
have a state, you have a name, you have to protect yourself at any cost.
If you're in the public space, there's going to be an image that is out there of you.
Okay.
And like I said, once people meet me or they see me perform or do whatever, they change their image of me.
So the lessons you've learned is not to trust. And
I've been too trusting in the past. People have taken undue advantage of me. Certain of those controversies, people have lied and made me look like the bad guy. And I've kept shut. I kept shut then, and I just don't feel it's important to address it because the people who know me know the truth. And there's this 3F philosophy that I came up with. Friends, family, fuck the rest.
I like that.
You know?
That's nice.
Because how many people are you going to try to convince that I'm not the bad guy, I'm a good guy, I swear, man, really, I'm a really good guy, believe me. Fuck it.
How much will you even prove yourself?
Yeah.
What people have to think will eventually, right?
Who cares?
DJ Akhtar was here as my first guest, and he had some great things to talk about you.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes. So I was talking to him about the DJing community, and I was like, what are we really doing about it? Are we supporting, these newcomers? And he asked me, why didn't you come for the Diwali bash? I was like, nobody invited me. Secondly, I wasn't here. He's like, Ashmit was there, and that guy is really trying. Not that we really invited him, but he made an effort to come. He was there till the end, And
I wasn't there till the end.
No?
And I was invited by him and
You
Lil
were?
B. Yeah,
Okay,
of course,
now
they both
I'm gonna
invited
cut
me.
this off.
Yeah, they both invited me. They invite me every year.
So he's like, Ashmit was there, and he's a great guy. And he was, okay, so he told me you were there till the end, but maybe you were there for quite some time.
I was there for an hour and a bit.
Yeah, so maybe, for them it was...
There was too much smoke around. This is off camera. There was too much smoke. People were smoking indoors, and I'm allergic to smoke, so I couldn't hack it. I left.
Okay.
And I'm not much of a drinker, so I wasn't drinking or anything.
So,
everybody was...
So for them, it must be like, okay, Ashwin made an effort to come and he's trying
I did make an effort because I
Yes.
feel it's important for me to support the DJ community and also to connect with everybody in Akhtar. Last year I couldn't make it. I made it the first year. This is the third year I think they were doing it.
I've not made it to one of any of the parties, and I'm sure I want to be there next year for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There were DJs from all over the country. It was great to catch up with everybody in one space. It was great. And it's a great initiative.
Did you think you were fitting well? Like,
honestly,
or you were feeling like an outsider? Be very honest.
A little bit, but Suketu was there. I was hanging with him. Chinnappa came for a bit, so I hung out with him for a bit. But everybody was busy doing their own thing. Ravish was there. from Jaipur. So yeah, I hung out with my boys and I bounced. I was there for an hour or so. And
did anybody come up to you, talk to you?
Yeah. I mean, Suleiman was there. I met him. Clement. I know a lot of the DJs, and you know.
Clement is my favorite.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
Him.
He's so fun to be around.
Yeah.
Akhil, Lemon. Everybody was there, and I know everybody pretty much. Maybe not everybody as much as regular DJs do, but the big names and the guys who are in,
But how were they to you? They were friendly, welcoming.
Yeah, they all. I've done gigs with a lot of them. We've done private gigs with Lemon. We've done weddings, and so yeah. I mean, and we're not best friends, but I don't meet everybody that often. But yeah, I'm cool. I don't know how they are, but I'm cool with everyone. I'm not trying to compete with anybody, firstly. So I don't feel like they should feel that way about me or feel a way that, he's competition or I don't feel that. And I'm not trying to take anybody's job away. In fact, I'm someone who would encourage. Okay. I'm taking everybody's name because I want them to be known to people. I feel like we should need to support talent and Indian talent more than...
Yeah, but see, that's you. You are taking names, but do you really think so those other DJs are supporting you? Or they have great things to talk about you?
I don't know. I know Ravish and Rib and these few guys who I've played a lot with, and I can say our friends are supporting me. Suketu. Akhtar's called me a few times for some inquiries.
Akhtar speaks very well.
Nothing's really come out of it, but he's, I'm sure, got me in his mind all the time. And, yeah. And these guys, I mean, Akhtar, like I said, Akhtar, Suketu, Akil, they all are godfathers of the industry. So, yeah, a lot of respect for them.
So you are under so much of scrutiny, the public scrutiny. How do you maintain yourself in a sense, keep yourself calm, composed? What are you doing things to unwind yourself?
I just went for Vipassana. Yeah, I don't know if...
Is that the reason you've lost weight?
Yeah, lost 4 kilos of muscle.
In
10 days, 12 days, yeah. Because they
don't give you anything to eat, right?
They do. No, you're not allowed to talk. You wake
You're
up at 4.
You're not even allowed to have eye contact.
No eye contact. You wake up at 4 a.m. You have breakfast you meditate till 6:30. You have breakfast at 6:30. Then again you meditate till 11. You have lunch at 11. And then meditate all day. 5 o'clock there's a little snack with tea. And that's it. No dinner.
But why did you go for Vipassana? What is the reason?
Because, we go to the gym, we do physical exercise, we swim, we play tennis, I do all of that. Do a lot for my body, but what are we really doing for our mind? And Vipassana is something which is a deep surgical operation of the mind. You go so deep into your mind. You're doing about 100 hours of meditation over 10 days, 10 hours a day. It's life-altering. You come up with so many answers. You understand so much more about yourself.
It's not depressing?
You go through, I mean, at least for me, I went through ups and downs. Not depressing, but I had an emotional moment on the 6th day. For 10-15 minutes, my mind went off on a tangent and I had to draw myself back. It went into death and...
Ouch.
Yeah, parents and all of that. I had to pull myself out. But that's a reality we all have to face, right? We're all going to die one day. Our parents are not going to be around forever. And I don't want to focus too much on that or put too much energy into that, but it's a reality we're all going to have to face.
Yeah.
No one has lived forever.
Are you going more on the spiritual
I've
side?
always been, which is probably why I'm more quiet, I'm more not so social, don't network, don't.
What is this, what you're wearing in your neck, Ashmit?
That is the logo of my company, which started out as a music label in 2014.
Okay.
But now we do some events and...
what is this company called?
It's called Ashram Collective.
Ashram Collective?
Ashram Collective. So that's the Shri Yantra below the circle.
Okay.
It's a sacred geometry.
Yes.
The 2 triangles are me and my partner.
Okay.
And on the bottom, those 5 lines, is the musical staff. We write music.
Okay, yeah.
So the foundation being music.
Okay.
Everything coming from music.
Wow.
And there's a long history of what the Sri Yantra is all about. People can research it. I can talk for hours about what the Sri Yantra and how powerful it is. So this is the logo.
So are you wearing this more for religious point of view, or is it your because
No,
it's
it's
your
just
company?
it's me. It's something close to me.
Do you wear it all
I've
the
designed it. I wear it all the time. I have it on my on my cap. I usually have T-shirts. I'm going to do a little bit of merchandising. I had done a little merchandising in the past, and also when I play, I throw out some caps and T-shirts to people. I get people asking me a lot about where they can buy this and where can they get this cap, and where the logo is so great. What is it? Where can we buy it?
How old is this company?
I formed it in 2014 when I started playing.
Okay.
But then, like I said, in between there was a gap. Things that I was doing merchandising, everything was happening before, and then my partner went away. So it all came to a standstill.
Has there been a time when you were out of work? No gigs?
Many times. No gigs, no film work, no acting jobs.
How does that make you feel? Like, what do you do when you don't have no work?
I have become very good at using my time creatively and effectively. So initially, for many years, it was very disturbing, especially when the gap became longer. Like I said, when after Jeho, I consciously decided I would not take on just anything just because I needed to work out, I needed money. Sometimes you get insecure and you say, chalo karte, 19-20, chalo, paisa mil raha hai, karo. Just to be working. That's when I got into DJing. So now I have come to this point in my life where if I'm not working, I'm not getting the kind of work I want, I start working on myself. I took up tennis a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I learned how to play tennis. I went for Vipassana. I travel. I just want to work. I want to do things that and especially this year I actually decided I would take a year off. Whatever work came, something great came my way, I'd do it. But I wanted, from May onwards, I decided till May I'm going to take a year off and just do whatever the hell I want to do.
Okay.
Because I had certain responsibilities for the last 20 odd years, which had weighed me down a lot.
Okay.
I managed to clear all of that this year in May. So big weight off my shoulders. And so I wanted to celebrate by giving myself a year just to myself, which is one of the reasons I went to Vipassana. Because I've been wanting to do it for 15 odd years, but I was always fearful that I couldn't leave for 10 days and not be in contact with the world, because there were certain obligations and responsibilities that I had. And now I'm free to do what I want. So
are you an emotional guy?
extremely
or are you
emotional.
Extremely emotional.
That's why I said, I'm a little too honest. I'm a little too. I get manipulated easily because I believe in the inherent goodness of people. I believe that why will you screw me over? What have I done to you? If I was bad to you, yeah, you can abuse me or hit me or screw me over for money or whatever. But if I haven't done anything to you, why? I believe that. That's the kind of upbringing I've had. My dad has been the same. He's trusted people all his life and gotten screwed over by friends in business. And so that's the way I was geared. And that's why I said I have tried to change that about me. Be a little smarter. Trust has to be earned. Don't give it away so easily. Be it in business, be it in your relationships. It has to be earned. And yeah, coming back to, have I gone through a lot? I have been through mega stuff, I believe. And because my family, not just me, my sister, we are in the public eye, everything was magnified so much. A lot of it was publicly out there. And I was very young when a lot of stuff went down.
It affected you a lot.
It affected me, seeing my parents get affected. I had to grow up overnight, take care of them. I had to prioritize my personal life with them and, let my professional life take a back seat, compromise on that. But those were choices which I made, and I made them consciously, and I would go back and make them all over again. I know morally where I stand, and people say, you had so much potential as an actor, as this and that. You didn't make the right choices, or you didn't whatever. Why, what? But success. Who defines success? What is success? What is your definition of success? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it how many Instagram followers you have? None of that matters. are you happy? Are you sleeping? You know, when you put your head down on the pillow, do you get sleep? Do you wake up feeling happy? That for me is most important. And which is why I said, I'm not that ambitious. I've seen what money and things can do. I've seen the biggest of stars around me. I've seen the challenges that they face. I see what they have to go through. People think it's a rosy life, but no, everybody has their challenges. So just be happy. Be happy with what you're doing. Create, and sleep happy, wake up happy, spread happiness. That's what I believe. And that's what I want to do. I'm working on myself as a human being, which is why I went to Vipassana, because I need to work on my mind as much as I work on my body and my soul. And that's what I'm going to leave behind. I'm going to leave smiles behind when you're playing, when I'm playing. You're making people dance and have a great time. And that's what's amazing, right? You're making people dance. What power you have as a DJ.
Yeah.
When you're acting, you're entertaining people. You go to the cinema, you watch people enjoying your performance. You're like, fuck yeah. I've done something, I've created something.
Yeah.
So
I think as a DJ also you give out so much of positivity and happiness to people, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
you have that power.
It's a major high.
It's a huge high, and it's all at the tip of your fingers.
Yes.
You are in control of it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Yeah.
What do you think about these DJs, who have a little attitude problem in the industry? They think they're very cool. I mean, what do you think about
some
that?
DJs really think they're super uber cool.
They are,
Yeah,
right?
It's cool. Let them think it's okay. Maybe they are cool.
What's funny, Ashmit, the people I know, very well-known DJs, like if you, as I said, Akhtar, Suketu, all of them are so humble.
So down to earth.
So down to earth.
So
Now
down
let's see, like I'm talking to you. How humble are you about your journey? You're accepting it all. Whoever I've had here on my podcast, they've been so simple and honest about the journey, the struggles, so kind, so humble. But trust me, this is because these guys are there, right? I expect them to have some kind of, maybe air, because there's something. But surprisingly, they don't have. It is the people who are not out there
who have
that
more
attitude, and they give you
because
very tough time.
they're the ones who are insecure. They haven't made it, or they're always looking to blame and play victim. Guys like Suketu and Akhtar look at how many years have they been around? They're like Salman, Shah Rukh and Amir. They're just never aging.
Yeah.
They're still there. Still playing every weekend.
Yeah.
Still have their fan base. It's incredible. What do they need to be insecure about? Why do they need to have an attitude? Because they're so comfortable in who they are, in their space, in their shoes. They don't need to have an attitude. It's when you don't know who you are, you don't know your own identity. And I know it's tough. There's a struggle, and sometimes you want to show attitude because you feel like, people will accept you more because you're cool and you're this and you're that. And maybe it works initially, and maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe to each their own, right? I don't know what people's struggles are and what their journey is like. But at the end of the day, there has to be humility. I think that goes a long way.
Yeah.
Humility, of course, hard work and talent, but in the long run, I think humility definitely will keep you going for sure.
Yeah. Ashmit, according to you, who's the most overrated DJ in the industry? You have to take a name.
I'm not taking any names.
Please, you can't be.
Honestly, I don't think anyone's overrated. Everyone has their USP, everyone has their space.
No, but it's possible someone is not that talented, but they are overrated.
I think all these celebrity chica DJs who are actors who come and play, they are overrated because they're not playing at all. And that should stop. Completely stop.
Okay.
It's so uncool that they're just coming there and pressing play and not doing anything else. And they're getting paid huge bucks.
Male or female?
It's female. No one's coming to watch male actors.
Okay, so you think they're overrated?
Other than Arjun, Arjun Rampal, I don't think anybody else that big is playing. And he's pretty good. He plays well. Yeah.
Who's an underrated DJ and pretty talented?
My boys from, I'm going to take their names again because they're my boys.
You know, Sunny Leone has uh, again become a DJ. What's your take on that?
I've already addressed that.
No comments?
No comments.
Seriously?
When did she become a DJ?
Come on. You already know she's a DJ, and
I would encourage anybody who wants to, any actor or anyone who wants to be a part of this industry, just take a course, learn. It's not that difficult. It's easy. You'll enjoy it even more. Like, go out there and actually do the job that a DJ does. It's fun, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, and trust me, you will have a great time. You will appreciate it so much more. You'll feel so much better about yourself. Everybody out there is just going and pretending to be whatever they're pretending to be.
so if you could swap your life for one day, who would it be with? DJ, actor, any fan, whoever. And what would it be? For one day.
Swap. Maybe one of these huge DJs, international DJs who are hopping from one country to another. I've always wondered कि उनके पास कौन सा पासपोर्ट है जो हर 2 दिन के बाद वो
travelling.
एक अलग देश में है. Traveling ठीक है. We travel within India because visa की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. And the Indian passport, you can't really go to many countries without a visa. Which passport do these guys have where they're traveling one day they're in South America, next day they're in somewhere in Europe, then they're in Australia, then they're in Africa? Like, ये क्या उनको visa की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है? Is it so well planned that their passports have all the visas
Yeah.
पहले से ही?
Because that's a life, right? They
That
must
is
be
a-
having plenty of
yeah,
them.
yeah, but-
6 months or 1 year. I mean,
I don't know, but yeah, it's incredible. And how do they manage it? Playing
you
at the
want to swap
biggest
your
of
life
festivals. Yeah,
one day
for
with
sure.
them.
With one of the big techno DJs, I would love to.
be honest, how many selfies do you get asked for during a set? And do you oblige everybody, or you sometimes pretend you're just, playing?
I try to make it such that I don't get disturbed while playing, but it's unavoidable. You have obviously the promoter and then their close friends and some VIP guests who come and this and that. But I always have someone there who I will say, okay, now bring them. When I'm done with my mix and I'm not going to, when I know there's a long track, I play a long track and then I bring them so that I don't get distracted from the job that I'm actually trying to do.
Okay.
It happens a lot. But more than that, I really get upset when people come and show me a phone from niche se and they try to tell me that play this track. I'm like,
And
dude,
do you take the
you do not
request?
ask a DJ to, you don't request a DJ to play. There's no requests. Let the DJ do what he wants to do.
So what?
What
You
he
politely decline, you ignore, what is
I
it?
just say I can't read, which is true because I wear glasses and I'm not wearing glasses when I'm playing. So I more often than not, I can't even read what they've written. But even if I can, I just like, can't read. Or I say, yeah, later. Yeah, bro, I'm going to play your track.
So, okay, great. I get it. I think all the DJs face this problem.
All of them.
All of them.
All of us, yeah.
So this question is so important for me. If you were offered 10 crores to DJ at a wedding, but all you had to play is old school nursery rhyme, would you take up that gig?
Hell yeah, 10 crores?
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
And keep playing the old school nursery
For
rhymes?
how long? 2 hours?
Seriously?
No? 1.5, 2 hours? Yeah, chalega.
10 crores, I think anybody would, right?
Anyone would do it, yeah. I'd go and dance to those nursery rhymes, so I'd become a bacha. वो निपल मेरे माउथ में मेरे मुंह में डाल दो मैं बच्चा बन जाऊंगा मैं करते हुए माइक पे भी मैं ही करूंगा for sure 10 crores
That's
done
huge. Okay.
advance भेज दो भाई
So what's one track which you always play and you feel it's going to get the crowd moving, no matter what?
Kaho Na Kaho, a nice remix of Kaho Na Kaho because
Yeah?
it's the most popular, I guess, of songs from my films. Kaho Na Kaho is the most popular, so that always gets people going.
Are there any upcoming projects or collaborations?
In the music space,
Yes.
collaborations, none. Although Ravish had said he wants to do a few tracks from my film songs, which we will collaborate on.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah. So that's in the pipeline, but we haven't really, we spoke about it when we met when he was in Bombay a few weeks ago. But after that, we haven't really spoken about it. But yeah, we want to I'll take that forward with him. Other than that, nothing really. My own Balytech I'm working on, making my own set, my own music. And I'm still not sure whether I want to go with that different project of, having a different artist name for techno. That's something I need to really
give it a thought
and make a decision soon.
Where do you see yourself as a DJ in another 5 years?
Playing big ass festivals somewhere and hopefully doing techno, but dropping a lot of Balytech tracks and making Balytech a global sound, because it's happening anyway. It's happening anyway. You have a lot of mantras and all being used in techno tracks, but now I want to get commercial Bollywood songs to become popular globally. That'll be amazing, right? Put India on the map.
Of course.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to give it a thought if you want to do it under your name, Ashmit Patel, or just come up with something.
I'm leaning towards just keeping my own name and just,
What's one piece of advice would you give to the aspiring DJs or someone who wants to break into this industry?
Learn the craft, man. Like with everything else, aspiring actors, aspiring DJs, get into it for the right reasons. It's not easy. It's not all glamour. It's not all fun. It's not just partying and drinking and, it's, you know how it is. It's hard work. It's all,
So true. Yeah. What's your favorite party track?
I listen to techno, so that track keeps changing. But it's not a party track, but Chura Liya Hai Tumne is one of my favorite songs, and Zeenat Aman is one of my favorite act. Like, she was so hot growing up. I was like crushing on her, and now to see her on I don't know if you've seen, she's come back on Instagram.
Yes.
Vengeance. She's so amazing, puts out the best content, takes us back into an era of when she was doing her films, and she's so eloquent the way she speaks. So Chura Liya Hai Tumne has been a song that has been I loved that song. I loved her in the song. So yeah, maybe I should remix that.
Why don't you remix that?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Try.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
that's
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be my next.
Yeah, let's work on that.
Yeah, let's do that. Come on. We can do it together.
Huh?
We can do it together. Let's do a collab on that.
Let's do that. Yes.
Yep.
We can do that. We can collaborate.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Fun. Yeah. Sounds good.
Both
Bollywood actors turned DJs, so.
Of course, that'd be amazing. I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, Ashmit, what's a misconception people have about DJs? Something you'd like to clear?
That life is one big party for a DJ. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hustle. There's a lot of heartache, pain, research, technical stuff that you need to know. Travel, which is hectic.
Have you faced any health issues?
Fortunately, no. But there was one time when I was doing a lot of acting work, and at that time also my partner was here, and we were doing a lot of gigs. So there was no downtime. The weekends never happened, or it was straight from shoot to next day, leaving on Saturday for a gig, coming back on a Sunday, going back to shoot on a Monday to Friday again shooting. And shoot hours are insane. You know how hours are when you shoot 13, 14 hours plus commute. So no sleep. But I was way younger back then, and my body could take it. I don't know if I can do that right now. No, at this age, I don't think I want to do it. I'd rather just be selective with my gigs and space them out.
What's been the most rewarding part of this journey? 10 years, 10 and a half years?
Just all the love that you get. I have gotten all over the country and the world that I've played, getting to travel, going to cities that I never thought I would go to play. You connect with so many different types of people. When you're an actor, you meet your co-stars, your unit, your crew is pretty much the same, even if you're traveling somewhere else. But when you're going on a gig, you meet local people. You're talking to them. Your promoters, to your club owners, to some of the people who are there at your gig. You get to vibe with them, you make good friendships. So that's been great. Yeah.
Do you go early when you have a gig, or do you just go like when you're supposed to perform?
So I have an assistant DJ who goes and does the sound check, but sometimes if for whatever reason he's not been able to travel with me, then I do go do a sound check myself. I usually try to, if the venue is not too far, I try to go on my way when I land from the airport itself. But sometimes it happens that you're staying in a hotel which is really far away and the club is not open, the resident DJ is not there, it's not set up. So I don't want, then I don't commute because then it becomes too much to go do a sound check and go back. Then my assistant goes.
What's your ritual like before your gig?
I go work out.
You work out.
I work out. It puts me in a calm space. I feel energized. Yeah, I'm pumped and I'm ready to go. Okay. So yeah, I have to work out before I play.
So what if you don't have a gym?
I do push-ups, sit-ups. I'll hang from a branch of a tree and do pull-ups.
Nice. Okay, so your career has been, I would say, very eventful, right? And both in Bollywood and as a DJ. Looking back, is there anything you would have done differently?
I would have played more gigs, for sure. Like you said, being out there is important, and networked more, maybe put more productions out, and definitely should have taken on that Balytech genre way back when I thought about it. Because by now I would have, like I said, been the king of Balytech.
You still have time, Ashmit.
Still have time.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
Yeah. If not DJing or an actor, what career would you have pursued?
A bum on the beach. I would be an environmentalist. I still am kind of an environmentalist. I go around Bombay planting trees. I support every environmental organization that I come across.
Oh, wow.
Support animals. Turned vegetarian 5 years ago because I can't see animals being killed. I couldn't be a hypocrite anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, just be a earth warrior, I guess. Yeah.
Wow, what an incredible conversation, Ashmit. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Shilpi. It's been fun, and I got to relive all my 10 years. So it's great going back down memory lane, and thank you. It's been fun and nice getting to know you.
To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave us your thoughts in the comments. You can also check out Ashmit Patel's latest gigs and updates on his social media platforms. Until next time, this is DJ Shilpi signing off, reminding you to keep chasing your dreams. So see you soon on the next episode of The Ripple Reach. Stay tuned and stay inspired.